So one of the big things I think for almost anyone's kind of career or business is actually we all go on a journey, and I mean everyone. I don't mean just, it's not like you magically know everything when you get to 40 or 50. Um, and actually, as we kind of go through, if you're kind of pushing yourself and you're starting to learn and develop and kind of, build on whatever it is that you've done before, you're always going to come across stuff that you just don't know or you haven't done before. And one of the best pieces of advice that I've seen a lot of people do, a guy I used to work with called Charlie Sylvan, that now owns a property business called Capstone Fox, first kind of mentioned it, that being able to actually reach out to people and just ask for a little bit of advice, even if it's a 20-minute call, can be so valuable in terms of helping you figure out what to do. And I don't think people do it enough. With the roadmap, one of the big things that we're looking to do is that, although in the past I've worked in businesses that have raised finance and we've floated on the stock market and we've done all this kind of stuff, when it is your own baby, it's a completely different ball game. It's, there's a lot more to consider. The risk is arguably on your shoulders, and the approach, and likewise, because every different environment is different to you or me or whoever, it is really important to kind of find your feet. So one of the things I've been doing, I had a really great chat with a chap called Toby yesterday, was that I've been speaking to people who have raised venture capital finance or different other types of finance, just to kind of pick their brains. How did they do it? What was the process? Do they have any tips? Do they have any advice? If they were to do it again, would they change it? Would they not change it? But what's so important is actually, and I'll name check Angelina as well from the Northeast Scale Up program, but actually having someone independent to talk to that's kind of been there and done it, even if they're much younger than you are or they're a completely different background, it can spark ideas to really help you kind of do that. And I'm an independent man, and I often kind of charge ahead with my own ideas, but I have found it super useful. But one of the things that came up in conversation with Toby yesterday is that actually, for one, people don't do it enough, but especially if there's some sort of link there, so you're a connection of mine or you're a connection of my friends or whichever, if you were to reach out and say, hi Steve, I'm thinking about starting a new startup that is a pen business. Where do you think I should get started? This is the idea, but I'm a bit stuck. I'd almost guarantee that that person's probably going to help you, or at least pointing you in the right direction. But you never know where it's going to lead to. And often, we're all kind of in this together. The stuff that I need to know. And again, Toby came up with some really good points yesterday that I hadn't even thought of, that I've now already implemented. And it's that constant improvement that for any good career professional or business owner, if you assume that you know everything, you kind of probably setting yourself up to fail. Is there actually just that open mind to say, look, we want to launch a new product in India, but I don't really understand the Indian market. Rather than just assuming that you know it all and whatever, ask someone, ask a friend, what's new, how does it work, what are the trends, what do you have to consider, what are the taxes, stuff on logistics or customs import duties or whichever. But it's that kind of thing of actually reach out and ask, and I almost guarantee that people generally try and help you. And I think that's also true at social media, that historically, almost in a nepotism kind of way, when people talk about the value in alumni at universities, it's because if someone, I went to Sheffield, if someone said to me, oh Steve, I'm at Sheffield University right now and I want to do this, can you help me out? Because we have that kind of joint background, I guess. Often, you are willing to kind of help them out and whatever. But the same is true online, that people could watch this in Mumbai or Jakarta, and I would have no problem if someone actually reached out and said, hi Steve, I'm thinking about starting a new business to do a tech company, to do a new type of social media app, but I'm a bit stuck on this area, can you help? I probably would. And I think the same is true for everyone, that no matter when or whatever it is that you're struggling with, you're not expected to know all the answers, and I certainly don't. But actually use people if there's something that you're kind of struggling with at the moment, or you just, really appreciate a little bit of extra advice or guidance, or you tried something and it's not quite working, ask. And, hopefully you never know where it kind of might lead, but I have faith that, it'll lead to kind of good things. And likewise, if I can ever help as well, if you're on your own career or business journey and you would like a free copy of the roadmap, please honestly reach out anyone anywhere in the world and I'll happily send you a free copy. And it's about trying to raise awareness and really trying to help build up the community to help you achieve whatever it is that you want to do. And that's my mission. That's what I want to kind of devote my life to. But never be afraid to ask.